We want to welcome everyone this Friday night to Bulldog Memorial Stadium here in Baker City, Oregon. We're thankful for you to join us here. Both teams are finishing up their final preparations, and we'll listen into some starting lineups.
In tonight's varsity matchup, featuring the visitors from Idaho's 3A Snake River Valley Conference. Please welcome the Homedale Trojans. And the home team, Baker Bulldogs. Please stand. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and remove your hats as we honor our country with the playing of our national anthem, performed by Baker's own Rachel Shaw.
All right, with the national anthem, you know what that means. We are ready for the game this evening. Again, we're coming to you tonight from Baker Bulldog Memorial Stadium here in Baker City on a really beautiful Friday evening. Tonight, our OSAA sanctioned contest is an interstate matchup between the Trojans and the Homedale High, Idaho. We'll listen in for some announcing of the starters.
Sophomore, number 52, Caden Lane. The junior, number 55, Mario Culiar. The sophomore, number 70, Brock Walker. The Trojans are coached by Matt Poultry, assisted by Tony Urenga, Randy Lyons, Josh Wright, Matt Strong, Darren Urenga, Cam Long, Terry Moore, Angel Carnitas, Chad Tucker, Randy Fox, and Don Poultry.
The Homedale, Idaho Trojans are coming in with a 2-0 record, both convincing wins for a traditional Idaho powerhouse. They took on Laguna Beach, California at home an easy victory, 46-14. And then last weekend they played host to Gooding, finished that one off 49-0. So this Homedale Trojan team has a lot of experience, and they're certainly a big group here. We'll listen in for the Bulldog introductions. A Bulldog tradition there, entering with their announcements en masse as the team. The Bulldogs are going to be led by Paul Hobson. He's a junior quarterback. Put up 260 yards last week in Turner, Oregon, as the Bulldogs defeated the Cascade Tigers. Cascade itself, a traditional powerhouse here in Oregon. So the Bulldogs are coming in hot, feeling good after that win. And you got to imagine both of these teams, they're ready to play. All right, we are back now getting set for kickoff. Those of you familiar with our broadcast will be aware anytime we hear some level of house music, anything that might be copyrighted, we're going to have to cut out of the broadcast. You'll still see the visuals, but the sounds will be cut up. So just a heads up there. If you didn't see, Homedale won the toss, and they actually elected to defer. Baker decided to kick, so the Trojans are lined up to receive the opening kickoff here. And I believe for the Bulldogs, it's going to be Hudson Spike kicking off. Deep for the Trojans, we got one of their wide receivers, Mason Strong, number 2, and a running back, number 25, Rylan Binford. They're setting up about the 20 to catch the return here. Again, both of these opponents tonight coming in undefeated on the short season. The Trojans 2-0, and the Bulldogs 1-0. We'll be right back for kickoff. Spike's kick is going to be fielded by Binford. He's going to turn to the left, see if he can pick up some blockers here. Going to be brought down by a pack of dogs down there. And Homedale is going to take over here, 1st and 10 at about the 20-yard line. Looks like they're going to set it at the 22 there, as you may have heard. The Trojans, traditionally a running team, will look to kind of pound the ground here. They come out in an little pistol formation. Hand off here, looks like to Binford. Picks up about 3 yards or so. Logsed in on the tackle for the Bulldogs. Again, Homedale's led by their senior quarterback, number 15, Jackson Dines. He will air it out. We've seen him complete a couple big passes here in their first 2 games. But again, they're mostly going to be looking to put it on the ground. Homedale trips to the right, motion comes across. We'll see what Dines decides to do. Looks like a little speed option. Dines tries to break it inside, but he is stopped again by a pack of dogs to bring up 3rd down. Check out the replay here. Again, looks like they're going to run a speed option to the short side of the field. Dines tries to swing it in, and it looks like Dash Bloomer is going to be the first one there to make the tackle. Again, 2 tackles already for Bloomer. Brings up 3rd and 6 for the Trojans. 3 wide receivers set, 1 in the back. Lamelli in motion. Flag thrown. Trojans might have been able to pull the dogs off sides. Yep. That's going to be a 5-yard penalty, but it will not give them a 1st down, I don't believe, quite yet. Let's take a look exactly on the mark. Yep, still 3rd down. Looks like about 3rd and less than 1, really. We'll see if the Trojans try to pound it inside here and pick up the 1st down. Power formation here. Little toss outside there to Binford. Picks up a good gain there of about 12 yards, led by a number of blockers for the Trojans. Finally pushed out of bounds right here about the 45, their own 45. That'll be a 1st down. Just getting started here. Still about 10.5 minutes to go in the 1st quarter. Thanks again for joining us. We surely appreciate it. Trojans on the opening drive here. They received the kick. Look for a dive up the middle there. No room, really. The Bulldog D line stops him right there. Tackle made by number 59, David Shaw. He's going to anchor both the D line and the offensive line for the Bulldogs. All right, Homedale lining up here, 2nd and 10, just about 10 minutes to go. Dines rolls out to his right, looking to make his first pass. Overthrows the receiver, Mason Strong there. Is going to bring up 3rd down. The Trojans themselves put up over 300 yards rushing in their first game and 175 in the second there. Each game averaging about 150 yards passing to give you kind of an idea of their balance. Looks like we got 4 wide receivers here, trips to the right. Dines drops it off to Binford out of the backfield. Ooh, big hit there. Picks up about 9 before he's shoved out of bounds. Again, Dines pass complete to Binford there. Gonna bring up 4th down here and about 2. So only an 8-yard gain there. See what the Trojans decide to do. Keeping the offense on the field. Can't imagine they won't go for it. Again, in Bulldog territory, they need 2. They're on the 47 of the Bulldogs. Dines have it off to Binford, runs outside. Got a little bit of a hole. Ooh. Picks up a nice gain of about 10 there before he's finally tracked down by some Bulldogs. Check out the replay here. Again, they're going to run off the left side. Picks up a nice block there by wide receiver number 27, Jeffrey Lane, before finally being brought down there by the Bulldogs' number 50, Isaac Cleveland. Trojans bad at it. Stuffed in the backfield by the Bulldogs. They got some great pressure there on that one. Jaden Grisham Clark there finding his way into the backfield. You can see he's about 3 yards deep in the backfield before Binford gets the carry, brings him down. That'll set him back about 3 yards, 2nd and 13 here. Just about 9 minutes to go in the first quarter. Again, we really want to thank you all for joining us here on EO Live. We appreciate it. A beautiful night for some Friday night football. Perfect weather. Can't ask for much more. All right, Dines with the toss to the right to Binford. Picks up a couple blocks, but really only about 4 yards on the gain. So that'll bring up 3rd down and long, 3rd and 9. Tate Powell on the tackle for the Bulldogs there. Powell also a senior leader for these Bulldogs. Both of these teams, strangely enough, are not dominated by seniors as they traditionally are. But let's see what Dines decides to do. He rolls left. Pass looks like it's broken up. Check out this replay here. I think this is going to be Jaron Long on the pass deflection here. Dines looking to roll out to the left, looking for his receiver, Luke Henry. Yeah, and it looks like it was Long there making the play. So that's going to bring up 4th and 9. Trojans still out on the field. Ball's on the 34. Need to get it to the 25. We'll see what they decide to draw up here. Dropping back to pass. Hine lets it go. He's got a receiver, but he overthrows him. Oh, that's tough. He was looking for their Luke Henry again. Great play design there. They were able to get Henry open, but just couldn't connect on the pass. So that's going to be a turnover on downs. Baker's going to go ahead and take over here on their own 34 with a little momentum after the stop. Again, we wouldn't be able to bring you these without our wonderful sponsors. So again, our first, Grand Ronde Hospital here in LeGrand, or I guess in LeGrand, has started, if you haven't heard, their 90,000 plus square foot surgical expansion to improve the surgical services that they offer in the Grand Ronde Valley. Go ahead and see the game here. But we ask that you check out their website. They offer a variety of specialty services, but Malachi Meyer with the pass completion over the middle. Again, check out Grand Ronde Hospital at grh.org. So Hobson's first pass, he stays hot from last week. Again, I said he put up 260 yards through the air. Meyer himself had 5 of those catches for 64 yards, but he also had 2 touchdowns last week. So the Bulldogs are feeling good here. Again, Hobson, a junior quarterback. Oh, trouble with the snap, just decides to fall on it, maintain possession there. Hobson has been the Bulldog quarterback. This is now his 2nd year as the starter. So that's going to drop him back about 5 yards now, maybe 6. So we're going to have 2nd and 16. The Bulldogs on their own 40. Just about 7.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Shaw's going to be their center. Again, he's the anchor up front. Hobson in the backfield, shotgun, 3 wide receivers and a tight end. Hobson drops back. Lets it go. Looks like Dash Bloomer there. Oh, excuse me, incomplete. Wasn't able to hold on to it on the far sideline there. Again, intended for Dash Bloomer. So we got 3rd and long here coming up for the Bulldogs. Let's see what they can cook up. They're coming out with 4 wide receivers here. 2 on each side. Hobson in the backfield with Logsden. Jones in motion. Hobson looks across the middle. Oh, baby, what a catch. Malachi Meyer, they are on a roll already. Meyer makes that catch. Check out this replay. Hobson's able to fit the pass in between 2 defenders. Under pressure. Meyer snags it. What a play. So now that is going to bring up 4th down, though. They're about 1 yard short. The Bulldog offense is going to stay out on the field. We'll see what they decide to do here. Shotgun formation, 3 wide. Hobson looked like a little speed option. See if he can get the outside. He's not able to. Tackled in the backfield there. Great play by the Trojans. Defensive back number 2, Mason Strong. Strong plays both sides of the ball. He's a big wide receiver for them and a major player in the corner, or excuse me, in the defensive backfield as well. That's going to be a turnover on downs. Homedale's going to take over. This will be their 2nd possession now. Both teams turnover on downs on their opening possessions. So Homedale's going to start on their own 49, about 6.5 to go here. Again, we're scoreless. Both offenses have been able to move the ball a little bit. Defense is coming up strong as well. So we'll see what Trojans decide to do on their 2nd drive this evening. Again, Hines in the backfield, Binford, the running back behind him. Hines rolls out. He hits his receiver. Sorensen. Oh! Big hit out of bounds there. That's Keaton Sorensen with the catch and run. Little concern there for him on the sideline. Hopefully he's okay. Got an injury on the field here. Why don't we go ahead and take a break, send it to commercial. We'll be right back. Again, we're scoreless still in the first quarter, 6 minutes to go. It's going to be Homedale possession when we come back out of the break.
Want to keep yourself informed with relevant news and events in Eastern Oregon but don't have much time on your hands? Well, here on EO Alive, we pay attention to what's happening in Eastern Oregon and deliver the news in 2 minutes or less.
All right, we're back here. You haven't missed a single play. Henry was able to walk out under his own power. Good to see here. Binford looks to make a run over the left side. That was 2nd and 1. He's going to pick up the 1st down. Again, Luke Henry was the injured player on the previous play. During the timeout, he was able to walk off under his own power. Good to see there. He's getting checked out on the sidelines. Hopefully he can come back into this game. But Binford's run picks up the 1st down for the Trojans. Oh, we got a penalty on the field. My apologies, I didn't see that. I think holding may have been the call here on the Trojans, so that could bring them back. So that's going to be a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. They're going to replay second down, and the foul occurred slightly downfield, so it's really only going to be a 2nd and 6 for the Trojans to pick up the first down here. So a loss of about 5 yards in total on that play. Again, Dines, the quarterback for the Trojans, hands off. Makes a big run over the left side. That's a new running back here. We got Andrew Marston on the field. Big run there. You can take a look at the replay. Again, they love running off that left side of the line. Andrew Marston there, breaking a couple tackles, finally brought down by the Bulldogs after a first down. Here we go, back to some action. Up the middle, little dive for the Trojans. Stopped by the Bulldogs there. Both Logsden with the tackle and Jaden Grisham-Clark. Trojans in a little bit of a hurry-up offense here, changing some momentum. All right. 2 wide receiver set. Handoff off tackle. Ooh, met right there by linebacker Dash Bloomer. Makes the big hit in the backfield. That's going to push him back about a yard or two. Bring up 3rd and 8. Again, look at Bloomer here getting that penetration into the backfield. Makes a great hit, keeps his head up, wraps up, and takes him to the ground. Textbook tackle there by Bloomer. So it's bringing up 3rd and 8 here. Homedale's got the ball on the Bulldog 32. This is their 2nd possession of the night. The Bulldogs held them, or turned them over on downs on the first one in about this same area. We'll see what the Trojans pick up. Dines' pass complete. Some great escapability there by him. Again, David Shaw on the pressure for the Bulldogs. Hines' pass complete. I believe that's to Mason Strong. Able to pick up about 5 yards or so on the play. Now they're down to the Baker Bulldog 28. 4th down and 4. They're going for it. Looks like a little bit of a power formation here. See what they decide to do. Gonna pass it. Hines drops back. He's looking deep. Oh, just a bit long. He was looking for Oakland Carson, although he looks like we got a penalty flag down. That might be some interference. We'll see what they decide to call there. And take a look at the replay. Hines, plenty of time. Throws a great deep ball. I've noticed this a couple times so far this year. A little contact there. I believe it was Logsden on the coverage there for the Bulldogs. Again, he was looking for his tight end, Oakland Carson, on that one. See what the Trojans elect to do with this penalty. Again, it is a penalty on the Bulldogs. You saw the ref moving back. He was just going back to the original spot. So it looks like it's going to be a 15-yard penalty. It's going to be an automatic first down for the Trojans. They're now inside the 15. Put it on the 14 of the Bulldogs. Still 0-0. We got about 4 minutes left in the first quarter. Some good, tough football so far. Clean football. Not too many penalties. You like to see that this early. Hines is going to hand it off. Looks like Binford there up the middle. Just finding room. Rumbling down inside the 5. I think that's going to be enough for a first down as well. You check out this replay. They're going to go right up the middle. Again, Binford using his blockers nicely. Not in a hurry. Lets him set him up. And it looks like finally he's going to be tackled, or excuse me, brought down by number 51, Jacob Mills. Trojans look to push it in real quick. I think they're going to be short on that, but they did get some positive yards, perhaps down to the 1. Again, they seem to be in a little bit of a hurry up, try and take advantage of that momentum. We'll see what they decide to do here. 2nd and goal from the 1. Power formation on the goal line here. No surprise for Homedale as they try and punch it in. Looks like just a quarterback sneak by Hines, and he's able to get in. So the first touchdown of the game goes to the quarterback for the Trojans on a quick little sneak there. Jackson Dines, the run. We'll see what the Trojans decide to do for the PAT. It looks like they're going to go for the traditional PAT. The kicker for the Trojans is going to be Diego Cortez, and the holder in this situation is going to be Dylan Fine. Snap down, good hold, good kick. Looks good. They get it. All right, so that's going to put them at 7. We got 3:30 left here in the first quarter. Let's send it to a break. We'll bring it right back here on EO Alive.
Want to keep yourself informed with relevant news and events in Eastern Oregon but don't have much time on your hands? Well, here on EO Alive, we pay attention to what's happening in Eastern Oregon and deliver the news in 2 minutes or less on our evening news roundup. You can expect to get your news delivered right to your Facebook and Instagram feed every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 6 p.m. We'll keep you in tune with Eastern Oregon, and you can count on that. EO Alive, your connection to Eastern Oregon. Now on Roku.
All right, we're back here. Looks like Rashawn Jones, the freshman for the Bulldogs, is going to take the kick. Oh, he sees a little hole. He's quick. For those of you that don't know, Rashawn Jones actually holds the middle school record in the 100-yard hurdles for the state of Oregon. So he is an athlete the Bulldogs are happy to have, even though he's only a freshman. You see on the replay there, he's a tough kid. 6'1", 180 already as a freshman. A lot of potential both in football, basketball, and track. All right, so Bulldogs back to action. We got 3 minutes and 30 seconds here in the first quarter. 1st and 10 on their own 36. Hobson in the backfield with Logsden. Logsden busted outside, see if he can get the break. Breaks the tackle. All the way up to the 46. Nice run there by Logsden. Picks up a first down. Looks like a gain of 11. See on the replay here, they busted outside to the right. He's able to just squeak by that tackle before he's brought down by a couple of Trojans there. Both Sigmund Good, who's a wide receiver and cornerback for them. He plays both ways as well. He's a senior. And they were also helped there by Jeffrey Lane, also a senior. All right, so 1st and 10 here, ball on the 46. Bulldogs 3 wide receiver set with the tight end. Wide receiver screen, gets it out to Jones, who I just mentioned. They pick up a nice 6 yards there. Nothing wrong with the first down play. Get you some positive yardage like that. Again, on the replay here, you'll see it's just a quick wide receiver screen to the near side to Jones. Going to use his strength and quickness. He's also able to get a nice block there by Bloomer. Give him a little bit of space before he picks up the 6 yards. Eventually tackled really by a pack of Trojans there, but I think Jeffrey Lane, again, was the first on the tackle. So we got 2nd and 5 here on the 49. Bulldogs 3 wide receiver set, 1 tight end, 1 running back. Try and draw the Trojans offside, didn't quite get it. They'll go handoff to Logsden. A lot of space there. Essentially a no gain on the run. That's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Bulldogs again right at midfield at the 49 of Trojans. 3rd and 5 here, about 2 minutes left in the first quarter. And the Trojans on their second possession put up a touchdown. A short quarterback sneak there by Hines. The Bulldogs now with their second possession looking to answer here. 3rd and 5. 3 wide receivers set and a tight end. Hudson back to pass. Looks at the slant. Ooh, looking for Spike there. Hudson Spike, another one of his big receivers. Tough play there as well. Broken up by number 15, the quarterback, Jackson Dines. Looks like he's also playing 2 ways tonight. All right. So 4th down and 5 now. The Bulldogs are leaving their offense on the field. They have no intention of punting here. Shaw, again, the center. You got Meyer on the far side, Logsden, and Jones here on the near side. Oh, excuse me, they are going to punt. My mistake. So the Bulldogs are back to punt. Logsden's actually going to give the punt. A nice little kick there. The Trojans, no one back there to receive. They just go ahead and let the Bulldogs down it. About a 30-yard punt there, no return on it. Homedale is going to take over with their third possession. Again, we want to give a great shout out here to our sponsors. They would allow us to bring you this broadcast each and every weekend or Friday night here. And again, let's roll back to Grand Ronde Retirement Residence. They're located here located here locally to support residents with a variety of their needs. They offer a variety of innovative, life-enriching activities and events designed to stimulate the mind, body, and soul at every stage of life. Something I think we could all take there. Dine's pass, quick to the flats, going to be brought down by Logsden. The pass was complete to Fabian Lasco Contreras, his first catch of the evening, essentially brought down for no gain. Again, back to our Grand Ronde Retirement Residence, stimulating the body, mind, and soul every stage of life. We encourage you to check out their website or give them a call, 541-250-3313. Grand Ronde Retirement Residence. Check them out. All right, back to some action now. Looks like the officials are having some sort of conversation here. All right, so the officials marking the ball. Again, no gain on first down. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10. Homedale has the ball on their own 22. About 1:40 left here first quarter. Homedale up 7-0. This is their third possession of the evening. A little more confusion here. Let's hit up another sponsor, Gray's West Funeral Home. Gray's West and Company Pioneer Chapel is renowned after more than 90 years of excellence. They provide unparalleled personal service, unmatched facilities, and guaranteed value to each family member that calls upon them. They're located at 1500 Dewey Avenue here in Baker City. You can reach them at 541-533-3677. Last play there, you notice Trojans picked up about 6 yards there. Binford brought down by Jaden Grisham Clark for the Bulldogs. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 4. Just under a minute to go in the first quarter. See what the Trojans cook up here. Looks like they're going with 4 wide. Trips to the near side, 1 in the backfield with Dines. Drop to pass. Again, a quick drop off. The Banks looks like Binford again with reception. Gets enough for the first down. About a 10-yard gain there. In the replay, you'll see just going to dump it off to the flat there. Binford gets a nice block there from his wide receiver number 9, Luke Henry. Takes a man miss, picks up the first down before being brought down by Jacob Mills and Jaden Grisham Clark there. All right, back to the action. Little HB dive up the middle. That line moved the Bulldogs off about 2 or 3 yards, and you saw there the running back of the Trojans, number 23, Andrew Marston, was able to have a easy little lane up the middle to pick up 7. Make that 6. They're going to 2nd and 6 here. Or excuse me, 2nd and 4 after the 6-yard gain. 2 wide receiver set. A little bit of a pistol action. Dines play action, looking to go deep. Again, he can throw it deep. Nice deep ball. And that's, I thought he had that in his hands. A great play there. Again, Mason Strong, another one of his deep wide receivers there. Take a look at the replay. Again, Dines throws a really nice deep ball for a team that runs a lot. Strong, you see there, tries to create a little bit of separation, has it, and then just pops out at the last minute. Again, great effort there by Strong. Looks like Logsden was on the coverage there, I believe. He's playing a little bit of free safety. Bulldogs tonight. All right, so it's going to bring up 3rd down. 2.8 seconds left in the first quarter. So this is probably going to be our final play of the quarter. Trips to the left here to the near side. See what Dine does. Again, quick drop back. Nice out. Oh, it's intercepted by the Bulldogs. Number 13, he's taking it to the out. the way down. It looks like they're thinking of a fumble. What are the officials going to rule there? Did he fumble that at the end? No, they're going to give him, they're going to say he was down before the ball came out. That interception you can see there on the replay was Hudson's spike. Steps right in front of that pass, able to take it down all the way inside the 25 of the Trojans. That's really what the Bulldogs needed there, a little bit of a spark on the defensive end. That's going to be for the end of the first quarter. We'll send you a break here. Again, the Trojans, after one, are up 7-0. Bulldog possession when we come back.
Eastern Oregon is full of interesting people, with interesting minds and interesting things to say. Here at EO Live, we're committed to connecting you to these intriguing people with EO Talks. We let our special guests share their ideas and life experiences with deep, open, engaging, and inquisitive conversations. You'll also be informed in depth on some of the most recent and relevant events, issues, and more. EO Talks on EO Live, your connection to Eastern Oregon, now on Roku.
All right, we're back to some action here. Bulldogs going to take over in the second quarter. Hobson in the backfield. See what they decide to do with it. The interception by Spike. Hobson rolls out. A laser to Jones. Able to keep both feet in bounds, I believe. Yeah, looks like they're going to say the completed there. Is able to get both toes down here. Take a look at the replay. Hobson looking for freshman. Jones throws a laser, pulls it out of the air, gets both feet in. That's good on Sundays as well. All right, so the Bulldogs now with the ball in the 16, second, and it looks like 2. 3 wide receiver set. Bloomer comes in motion there. Looks like a little reverse. Bloomer coming off the edge. The Trojans snipped that out. They were not fooled for a second. Again, they went with the fake inside, went with Bloomer on the end around, brought down in the backfield by the Trojans. About a 3-yard loss, so it's going to be up 3rd and 5. The ball's on the 19. Again, if you're just joining us, we're just starting the second quarter here. We got about 11 minutes left. The Trojans up 7-0. Both teams now have had 3 possessions. Hobson in the backfield. Tries to draw him off sides, doesn't quite get him. Uh-oh, big rush. Quick out to Meyer. He leaps, makes the catch, see if he can make someone miss. He doesn't. Great tackle there by the Trojans, but I think it's going to be enough for the first down. Yeah, they're giving him the first down on that. Look at the replay. Great hands here by Meyer. Goes up to catch that ball. Beautiful. Gets set. Make a man miss, or excuse me, tries to make a man miss, but then's brought down by the Trojans. Keaton Sorensen. Great open field tackle. Could have saved a touchdown. Again, for an early season game, we're seeing a lot of great tackling here. You'll love to see that. Guys keeping their heads up, wrapping up. All the way through here. We'll see what the Bulldogs do on 1st and 10 at their 13. Handoff to Logsdon. Ooh, a lot of pressure again. Brought down in the backfield by the Trojans there, number 88, Chase Cooper. He's a senior, 5'10", 175. Had no problem getting through the Bulldog line there to make the tackle in the backfield. That's going to send it back 4 yards, bring up 2nd and 14 here. Now the ball's on the 17. Bulldogs looking to tie things up here in the second. 3 wide receiver set as the Bulldogs mostly run. Hobson, 5-step drop, quick out, looking for Meyer. I see it, there it is. What a pass. Meyer, does he get it in? Oh, they're going to say he stepped out on the 1 before he was able to cross that path. But a great pass by Hobson there. Again, him and Meyer, real connection here early on. Got the quick out. We got a great camera angle there. You can see what Hobson is seeing. So we got 1st and goal now for the Bulldogs as they try and tie things up here. The 1, just under 10 minutes here in the second quarter. Again, we're coming to you from Baker Bulldog Memorial Stadium. Beautiful evening. I'm sure the players appreciate the drop in temperature. but Friday nights, fall football, can't ask for much more than that. All right, let's see what the Bulldogs decide to do here. First and goal on the 1. Losden in the backfield. Handoff. Ooh, not a lot of room. Man, that Homedale defensive line really getting a lot of penetration. Logsden's gonna be dropped in the backfield for about a 2-yard loss. So now they're looking at second and goal from the 3. All right, we'll see what the Bulldogs decide to do here. 2nd and 3. We're going at the end around to Meyer, see if he can get it in. Again, he's a quick guy, runs the 100 for the Bulldogs. He's able to reach it in for the touchdown. All right, what a play there by the Bulldogs. You could tell the Trojans are really getting in the backfield. So if the Bulldogs were going to run it in, they had to get it on the edge there. They successfully do. You see Meyer with the end around, reaches in across the goal line. The Bulldogs, I believe, will line up for the PAT here. I believe, will be the kicker here for the Bulldogs. Freshman Rashawn Jones, number 4, is going to be the holder. Shaw the snap. Spike the lefty, you'll notice here. Tie it up. Snap's good, holds good. Kick is up and also good. All right, we're tied at 7 now. 9 minutes to go in the second quarter. Great action here. We're going to send you to break. We'll be right back with the next kickoff.
We're in Eastern Oregon. We're blessed to live in such a wonderful area. And though it may seem mild-mannered, there's actually quite a lot that goes on in this area. And apparently, there's 2 dinguses who happen to be here that are actually crazy enough to get up at the crack of dawn to talk about it. Tune in to AM Live on EOA with Brent and Dodsey, featuring special guests, weather, sports, news, and more every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 a.m. only on EOA Live, your connection to Eastern Oregon, now on Roku.
All right, Spike with the kick. Looks like he's going to pick that up. That's Mason Strong now. Going to have to return it from the run. The Bulldogs get a lot of good penetration there, and they're going to bring him down, I think, inside the 15 there. So great kick cover there for the Bulldogs after they put the tying touchdown on the board. Great placement there on that kickoff. Strong, again, that's just such a tough spot when you're back there. Does a great job, though, able to give them a little bit of space out of the goal line. So they're going to take over 1st and 10 on their own 12. Tied up here, just under 9 minutes to go in the second quarter. There goes a little HB dive up the middle. That Binford, again, that Homedale line, I'm telling you, they're getting some great blocks, both on the defensive and offensive line. They're made up of Brody White, who's a junior, number 50 there, Omar Rios, a senior, Caden Lane, a sophomore, number 52 there, Blar, number 55. Got to give these big men a shout out. Brock Walker as well. They're doing a great job, offensive and defensive line here. Another little hold up. Well, usual announcers jinx there, as I mentioned. That the Bulldogs do a nice job there stuffing the run. It's going to bring, I believe, 3rd down. Just about 2 yards to go, though, on this 3rd down here. They're on the 20, need to get to the 22. Again, if you're familiar with Homedale, they're usually a run-heavy team, but they're not afraid to throw it deep as well, so they'll keep you honest. They like to ride that offensive line. Dines in the backfield, hands off to Binford off the left side. Tries to make a man miss, and I think he's easily got the 1st down there. Picks up about 6 or 7 yards on the rush. All right, so again, anytime you get pinned back deep, if you're a coach, real key, let's get one first down and then see what we can do from there. So the Trojans successfully get the first down. Dines in the backfield, hands off. Another of the Homedale major running backs, Andrew Marston. Marston had 2 touchdowns in their opening line. Excuse me, make that 3. 1 from 27, 1 from 32, and 1 from 9. So Marston, along with Binford, both a couple of great backs that the Trojans have. Again, their opening versus Laguna Beach, California, they put up over 300 yards rushing. And going back to Marston here, Bulldog line ready, stops him. After he got a gain of 1. Looks like Bloomer and Powell were in there on the stop. Again, not much room there. I hate to say the announcer's jinx. 2 and there, we'll see. I'll pick it back up. So they got 3rd and 5 now on their 30. They need to get to just in front of the 35. We got 6.5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Trojans, not too much of a hurry. They will run a up offense as well, we've already seen. Dines back to pass, quick pass, out to the outside. I think that's Strong, Mason Strong. Wrapped up, no room to go there. Bloomer and Grisham Clark there combined for the tackle for the Bulldogs. But one thing you got to really admire about Baker is their defense is flying around. It seems like every time they get a tackle, they can't identify just 1 or 2 people, because they got 3 or 4 guys there at the ball. So the Trojans are going to send out the punt team. The Bulldogs will send Malachi Meyer deep to receive. And I believe Sigmund Good is going to be the punter for the Trojans here. Snaps good, no pressure. Good kick here. Meyer calls for the fair catch and then just lets it drop there. Not much of a bounce either way. The Trojans will pick it up there around the 40-yard line. And the Bulldogs are going to take over right there, 1st and 10. 5.5 minutes here to go in the second quarter. Another one of our great sponsors, Tap That Growlers in LeGrand. They offer 40 taps of beer, hard cider, kombucha, brewed root beer, and I'll be right back to finish that. All right, so we're back here. Again, anytime there's copyrighted music, low snap there, the Bulldogs have trouble. Luckily, Logsden able to fall on it. You want to start, though, on 1st down. That's going to bring him back at least 10 yards. Let me hit up the Tap the Growlers I was going into here. They not only have 40 taps of beer, hard cider, kombucha, brewed root beer, they got a full menu, brick oven pizza, offers an adults-only area with Oregon lottery, custom-made shuffleboard. So stop in and see them soon on Adams in downtown LeGrand. Again, tap those growlers. Excuse me, Tap That Growlers. All right, so Bulldogs here. It's actually going to be a little 13-yard loss on that snap. So we got 2nd and 23 for the Bulldogs. 4 wide receiver set. We'll see what Hobson decides to do with it. Drop back. Oh, wide receiver screen to Spike. Drops the ball. I'm not sure if they're going to say he's down or he didn't have catch. They're going to say he's down. Okay, so it's going to be a short gain for the Bulldogs, but only for a yard or 2. Spike seemed to lost his footing there a little bit. Here, some of the Homedale fans thought it should have been incomplete, but I think he had possession and then the ground kind of caused the ball to pop out there. Either way, it's only about a 1 or 2 yard difference here. So 3rd and 21 now for the Bulldogs. Again, they just had coming off a great stop of the Trojans. They're looking to keep things going, but that Trojan defense has been tough. Looks like we're going to have a timeout on the field here. Bulldogs timeout on the field. We'll take one with you. Coming back, tied up at 7. We'll be right back. All right, we're back again. Let's hit another sponsor. Hobby Habit in LeGrand has something for everyone. I mean, they got tabletop games, RC, Legos, puzzles, models, disc golf equipment, STEM supplies, and more. So go check out the Hobby Habit just for the fun of it. They're located in LeGrand at 411 First Street. All right, back to the action here on EO Alive. Again, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it. Ooh, Hobson, a little trouble with the snap. Not been the Bulldogs' best possession, that's for sure. They're going to end up going back 20 yards on this possession. It's going to bring up 4th and a lot. No surprise here, the Bulldogs are bringing out their punt team. Again, Logsden, the punter, Spike, the place kicker. So we'll see Logsden here give it a boot. The Trojans got 2 people deep here, looking to get a bit of a return. Logsden also the left. He gives off a good kick here. Again, Mason Strong going back. He's just going to let it go. He's not going to take any chances there, and I can't really blame him. So the ball is going to be down by the Bulldogs inside the 35. Let's put it at the 33. And the Trojans are going to take over right there. Again, back to our sponsors here, Rock & Sons. They have 50 years of experience providing quality tires and automated services, and they pride themselves on being there for our customers night and day. They're a Napa Auto Care Center and provide 24-hour towing. East end of Adams here in LeGrand. Go see JB and the boys. Again, Rock & Sons there. We appreciate them. Homedale, back to the action. A little bit of a dive. Up the middle, they break it out to the left. Going to be brought down by Logsden and Spike on that one. I think that was Dines. Oh, excuse me, no. Binford back in the game, excuse me. So the starter, Ryland Binford, he's a senior, number 25. Got the start tonight. They also have another great running back. Well, they actually got a few of them. That Andrew Marston we also just saw. So we'll see what Dines decide to do here. 2nd and 4 for the Trojans. Going back up the middle. Look at that hole by that line. They are great at, finally brought down. Looks like Spike might have saved a touchdown, at least a huge gain on that. That line, look at that line. Look at that hole. Wow, absolutely amazing. Again, their line, Brody White, Omar Rios, Caden Lane, Amaro Kular, and Brock Walker. Just creating a lot of space up there. See what the Bulldogs here. Looks like the Bulldogs are coming out in a 3-4. Little tight formation for the Trojans. Dines looking deep. Again, he's got a nice deep ball. There it goes. He's got his man open. Can he got it? Yes, he does. That is Danny Lamelli making the deep catch. I've been talking about it all game. Dines has that ability. Great touch. Again, love that pass. That's going to be about a 53-yard touchdown. Let's check out the replay. Dines, again, a great deep ball, sees his man Danny Lamelli deep, beats the freshman Rashawn Jones into the end zone for the touchdown. What a great play. Again, you see Homedale, usually 1 or 2 plays a game, they'll go deep and they'll hit someone, oftentimes for a touchdown. Keeping that defense honest. All right, Cortez, the kicker here, hit the first one. Snap kick, good. All right, so that Trojans are going to be up by 7 now, 14-7. We are under 2 minutes in the second quarter. We'll take a break. See you right back here for the last 2.
Weather with me, Gabe Curtis, of course. The most accurate weather forecast in all of Eastern Oregon's weather can oftentimes seem unpredictable. 1 minute it'll be raining, then it'll be sunny and wonderful, then snowing and then sunny, then the next it'll be raining cats and dogs, literally. So how do you prepare yourself for such flip-floppy weather? Well, by tuning into EO Live Weather with me, Gabe Curtis, of course, the most accurate weather forecast in all of Eastern Oregon. I'll keep you informed with daily weather updates that can take an in-depth look through the next 7 days. Because if cats and dogs are literally going to fall from the sky, you will want to know. EOA Weather right here on EO Live, your connection to Eastern Oregon, now on Roku.
All right, we want to hit up our Another sponsor here, B&K Auto Salvage here, Grand Ronde Valley's only full-service auto recycling yard. They're offering domestic and foreign auto parts. Contact them for all your used auto part needs and scrap metal remover. They have locations in both LeGrand and Baker City. Again, B&K Auto Salvage. All right, so again, we got about just under 2 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Bulldogs going to receive the ball. They got Meyer and Jones deep. We'll see what they decide to do here. Short kick. Meyer's going to kick it. Catches it on the run. Not a lot of blockers, but he makes a move. Able to get a man miss and get it up to about the 40. I think they're going to spot it at the 39 there. So a nice return there by Meyer. Again, you see not a lot of blockers, but he's quick. He runs the 100 for the Bulldogs. A shifty receiver. Plays the slot. Last week against Cascade, he was able to collect 5 catches for 64 yards, but Hobson loves him in the red zone too. He's already got a touchdown today. He had 2 last week. Let's see the 2-minute drill for the Bulldogs. Hopton drops back. He's got Logsdon wide open in the flat. No room, no blockers in front, but able to pick up a big gain of about 20 yards there. Again, that'll stop the clock with the first down. We're at 1:45 in the second quarter. Able to get the ball to about the 41-yard line of the Trojans. Clock still stopped while they set the chains. Starts running now. Hobson drops back. Again, throws a little pass out to the flat. Logsdon able to make one man miss, but man, those Trojans, they are quick, and they tie him up. It looks like for a loss of 1. Again, the clock's running here. We're at under 1:30 to go in the second. The Bulldogs do have 2 timeouts, though. Again, high school football, clock's going to stop with the first down. Hobson in the backfield, 4 wide. 5 in the pattern here. Hobson sees a little bit of room in man coverage. He takes off. He's quick, too. Ooh. But what a great open field tackle there. Again, that's Mason Strong. You've heard me mention his name. He plays both ways. That is a textbook open field tackle there by Strong. Saved a lot of yardage there. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 9. Again, clock's running. Baker's not in a huge hurry here. They don't want to give the ball back to the Trojans with much to do with it. So we're under 50 seconds now in the second quarter. End of the second quarter. 3rd and 9. They're on the 40. Hobson, again, another low snap. He picked that up and he was on the ground with the knee. So that's going to bring up 4th down. Again, the clock is still running. We're at about 30 seconds now. It doesn't look like the Trojans are going to call timeout either, so they may just run this down. We'll see what decides to happen here. Again, Trojans up 14-7. Got about 17 seconds, 15 seconds. We'll see maybe the Bulldogs throw one more play up here before the half. We're at 10. Hobson's watching the clock here. We're at 5. One final snap. We'll see what they decide to do. Hobson, under a little bit of pressure, throws it up to Meyer. Can he get a stiff arm? He does. If he can block it outside, cuts it up the middle. Oh, open field tackle. That saved a touchdown and kept the Homedale lead at 7. What a great open field tackle there by Sigmund Good. Again, Sigmund Good, Mason Strong, they both play wide receiver and defensive back. They'll play every snap, leading that core. All right, so we're at halftime here at Baker Bulldog Memorial Stadium. Score, Homedale Trojans of Idaho 14, the Bulldogs 7. Some great action here. We're going to send you off to a break, and go ahead and grab yourself something to eat, some sort of snack, get comfy again, and come on back for the second half here on EO Live. Thanks so much, guys. We'll see you in a bit.
EO Live is your connection to Eastern Oregon. Get the latest and most relevant news in 2 minutes or less on our evening news broadcast. We cover Eastern Oregon's weather daily with Gabe, the EO Live weather kid, with an extended forecast every Friday. Watch Dodzy on EO Live Sports to get the latest sports information and interviews with local coaches, athletes, and more. See Brent and Dodzy goof and gaff with local guests on EO Live's morning talk show, AM Live on EOA. We're available across the board, including Facebook, YouTube, Amazon Fire, and of course, our very own website, eolive.tv. We even have our own Roku channel with 24/7 live stream EOA content. You can also listen to our shows on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and many other popular podcast apps. You can get everything all in one place with the EO Live app, available on Android, iOS, and the Amazon App Store. EO Live, your connection to Eastern Oregon. Want to keep yourself informed with relevant news and events in Eastern Oregon but don't have much time on your hands? Well, here on EO Live, we pay attention to what's happening in Eastern Oregon and deliver the news in 2 minutes or less on our evening news roundup. You can expect to get your news delivered right to your Facebook and Instagram feed every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 6 p.m. We'll keep you in tune with Eastern Oregon, and you can count on that. EO Live, your connection to Eastern Oregon, now on Roku. Eastern Oregon is full of interesting people, with interesting minds and interesting things to say. Here at EO Live, we're committed to connecting you to these intriguing people with EO Talks. We let our special guests share their ideas and life experiences with deep, open, engaging, and inquisitive conversations. You'll also be informed in depth on some of the most recent and relevant events, issues, and more. EO Talks on EO Live, your connection to Eastern Oregon, now on Roku. Here in Eastern Oregon, we're blessed to live in such a wonderful area. And though it may seem mild-mannered, there's actually quite a lot that goes on in this area. And apparently, there's two dinguses who happen to be here that are actually crazy enough to get up at the crack of dawn to talk about it. Tune into AM Live on EOA with Brent and Dodzy, featuring special guests, weather, sports, news, and more, every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 a.m., only on EO Live, your connection to Eastern Oregon, now on Roku.
Eastern Oregon's weather can oftentimes seem unpredictable. 1 minute it'll be raining, then it'll be sunny and wonderful, then snowing and then sunny, then the next it'll be raining cats and dogs, literally. So how do you prepare yourself for such flip-floppy weather? Well, by tuning into EO Live Weather with me, Gabe Curtis, of course, the most accurate weather forecast in all of Eastern Oregon. I'll keep you informed with daily weather updates that can take an in-depth look through the next 7 days. Because if cats and dogs are literally going to fall from the sky, you will want to know. EOA weather right here on EO Live, your connection to Eastern Oregon, now on Roku.
All right, we're back here at Baker Bulldog Memorial Stadium for tonight's game between the Homedale Trojans. They're up 14-7 over the Bulldogs here. A great matchup by both teams. Got about 6.5 minutes to go. Just want to throw out a couple thoughts here for you. If you're interested in advertising, we would love to have your we would love for you to be a part of this broadcast. We offer both Baker and LeGrand games. I'll talk a little bit more during the broadcast as well, but just a quick shout out. We offer both Baker and LeGrand home football games. So we're going to be covering all 4 home games for Baker and 4 LeGrand games as well. So any sponsorship, you're getting advertising on both games for both broadcasts. If you're interested, go ahead and contact Brent Clapp here. You can reach out to him or EO Alive, and we'll be happy to set you up there. You can reach Brent at BrentClapp, that's CLAPP.com. Again, great rates for some advertising. Reach out to if your local business, we would love to have you be a part of the broadcast all throughout this fall season. We got 8 games on tap for you tonight, being the first one. And we're off to a great start here. Some great football, clean football. We love to see that as well. Both defenses also playing surprisingly well here as well. Both teams put up large numbers in their games. Homedale put up over 45, 46 and 49 in their first 2 games. The Bulldogs put up 34 against a tough Cascade team in Turner. But tonight, the defensive have really stepped up. The quarterback for Homedale, Jackson Dines, he's actually responsible for both touchdowns, one through the air, one on the ground. He had a 1-yard rush to get the scoring started for the Trojans, and then he connected with a deep pass for Danny Lamelli, one of his 3 big receivers that went for 53 yards, and that was the second touchdown they got. The Bulldogs, their lone touchdown came on a little end around once they got inside the 5 to Malachi Meyer, who was able to stretch out and reach it across the goal line. That's our scoring. Other than that, we've had some great play by both lines, offensive and defense. Got to give a quick shout out to the Bulldog line here. Isaac Cleveland at left guard, David Shaw at center, Russell Walden starting at right guard, Jaden Grisham Clark is at left tackle, and Cade Rudy as at right tackle. You'll also see Cole Richards, Ryan Brown, and Jacob Mills in on those lines as well. The Homedale line, you've seen them creating a lot of holes for their rushing game. Again, they come in after a 300-yard rushing performance against Laguna Beach, a 175-yard rushing performance against Gooding, and if you watch that game, you know they could have put up a lot more points as well. So they're a big rushing attack. Some big guys up front, 225-pound Brody White, 205-pound Omar Rios, 220-pound Caden Lane, Amaro Quaylar at 247. He's their biggest lineman there. And then at 180 pounds, Brock Walker. But they are creating some holes both for their running backs. They got 2 good running backs, the Trojans do. Actually, they probably have more than 2, but we've seen 2 great plays here. Andrew Marston kind of came in second, and starting Ryland Binford has had a great game. Binford, the senior, Marston, the junior. For the Bulldogs, their offense has really come primarily through the air. Haven't been able to get much going on the ground. They've hit a few short passes out of the backfield that kind of work a little bit as a side of runs. Rashawn Jones, I believe, has 3 catches. Meyer also 3, and Spike 1. Spike was their big receiver last week in Turner against Cascade. He brought down 6 catches for 120 yards and 2 touchdowns. Jones against Cascade brought in 4 for 47, and again, Jones is the freshman wide receiver. He actually holds the middle school record in the 100 hurdles here in Oregon. He eclipsed, or I guess earned that record last spring. So he is certainly an athlete the Bulldogs are happy to have here as a freshman. We got about 2.5 minutes to go here before the start of the third quarter. We're going to send you out for a break, get you ready here, go grab yourself something to drink. I think we got a great second half here lined up between both of these teams. So we'll see you here in a little bit. Come on back again. Thank you so much for joining us here on EO Live. We appreciate it.
Want to keep yourself informed with relevant news and events in Eastern Oregon but don't have much time on your hands? Well, here on EO Alive, we pay attention to what's happening in Eastern Oregon and deliver the news in 2 minutes or less on our evening news roundup. You can expect to get your news delivered right to your Facebook and Instagram feed every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 6 p.m. We'll keep you in tune with Eastern Oregon, and you can count on that. EO Alive, your connection to Eastern Oregon, now on Roku. Eastern Oregon is full of interesting people, with interesting minds and interesting things to say. Here at EO Live, we're committed to connecting you to these intriguing people with EO Talks. We let our special guests share their ideas and life experiences with deep, open, engaging, and inquisitive conversations. You'll also be informed in depth on some of the most recent and relevant events, issues, and more. EO Talks on EO Live, your connection to Eastern Oregon, now on Roku. Here in Eastern Oregon, we're blessed to live in such a wonderful area, and though it may seem mild-mannered, there's actually quite a lot that goes on in this area. And apparently, there's 2 dinguses who happen to be here that are actually crazy enough to get up at the crack of dawn to talk about it. Tune into AM Live on EOA with Brent and Dodsey, featuring special guests, weather, sports, news, and more, every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 a.m., only on EO Live, your connection to Eastern Oregon, now on Roku. Here in Eastern Oregon, we're blessed to live in such a wonderful area, and though it may
All right, we got a few seconds left here at halftime. Just want to quick welcome you back here to EO Live, broadcasting the first of 4 Baker home games. All 4 Baker home games are going to be broadcast here on EO Live. I'm going to be with you for all of them. It's going to be a great season. We're going to cut out here quickly just to avoid the music, but we'll be back ready for kickoff here in about 3 minutes coming up. All right, we're getting set here for some second half kickoff action. Again, we want to welcome all of you joining us on various EOA networks, whether you're joining us on Facebook, YouTube, the web, Roku. Maybe you're checking us out on the Baker Facebook page. We want to welcome you all to this broadcast. Again, we got about a minute here before the second half is going to start up. Both of these teams, again, come in undefeated. The Bulldogs 1-0, the Trojans 2-0. And as always, our wonderful sponsors, Grand Ronde Hospital in La Grande, in case you haven't heard, has started the 90,000 plus square foot surgical expansion to improve the surgical services that they offer in the Grand Ronde Valley and Eastern Oregon. So please check out the variety of specialty services that they offer at grh.org. Again, that's grh.org. All right, so Homedale won the toss to start the game. They deferred. They're choosing to receive now. Spike is going to kick it off for the Bulldogs. Deep to return. Looks like we got Strong and their running back Binford. Mason Strong looks like he's going to pick it. Breaks to the right, trying to find a little hole. The Bulldogs, nice coverage there, and he is wrapped up quickly there. Brought down inside the 20. That's going to be a great way to start for the Bulldogs. But again, that Trojan offense is deadly. They've put up over 400 yards in back-to-back games. We'll see what they decide to do here to start the second half. They're going to have it 1st and 10 on the 15. Again, just getting started with the second half. Thank you again for joining us on various EOA networks. We're happy to have you here on this beautiful Friday evening from Baker Memorial Stadium. Excuse me. So the Trojans, they're going to come out in 2 wide receiver set here to the near side. Ooh, a little bit of an option. Quarterback Dines, Jackson Dines, the senior, is going to keep it before he's wrapped up there by a couple of Bulldogs. Looks like Jaden Grisham Clark there making the tackle along with Dash Bloomer. Bloomer, we've been calling his name a lot. He's a junior linebacker for the Bulldogs. So after Dines' 2-yard gain, it's going to bring up 2nd and 8. At about the 17-yard line here, their own 17-yard line. Dines handed off. It looks like Binford there. Oh, he's got a lot of room. Breaks it outside. It's a foot race now. Oh, Rashawn Jones, the freshman with that speed. He saved a touchdown. Rylan Binford, excuse me, let me get that correct. This kid's got some speed. You'll look at that on the replay. He's taken off. Jones, the speedy freshman, finally able to run him down. I think he might have thought he was gone. So that'll give the Trojans a 1st down here. Now they're out to the 40, their own 40, 1st and 10. Again, just 11 minutes, 11 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. 4 wide receiver set, speed option by Dines up the middle. Again, big hole. That Homedale line has been doing a great job all night long. Dines picks up 6 there. We'll bring up 2nd and 4. Trying to get to the 50 here. They're at about the 46. Maybe we'll call it a 47, about long 3.5. Trojans going with no huddle, looking over to the sidelines. The Trojans have about 4 coaches down here, all calling different signs. You know the Bulldogs are not able to pick up anything from there. 4 wide receiver set here. Dines, little pitch to Binford, tackled pretty quickly there by the Bulldogs. Tate Powell and Dash Bloomer, 2 linebackers, are able to bring him down, essentially for a gain of maybe 1. Yeah, we'll give him 1 on that. So he brings up 3rd and 2 at the 48. The Trojans began this drive on their own 15. This is the opening drive of the second half. Looks like they got power formation here for the Trojans. Binford, look at that hole. He's not even touched for the first 5 yards, and he's breaking it outside now. Again, Jones looking to corral him. And again, 2nd time on this drive, I think Jones just saved a touchdown with that speed. Again, the line for the Trojans has just been doing work. White, Rios, Lane, Killar, and Walker. Creating a lot of space there. You see on that replay. I don't think he was touched for the first 10 yards. And again, the Trojans looking over. No huddle, picking up the signs. Lining up 3 wide receiver set. Dines in the backfield with Binford. Flag here. Looks like a delay of game, I believe. Yes, it's going to be a delay of game on the Trojans, so that'll be a 5-yard penalty. It'll move them back 1st and 15. Moving back to the 27 now. Still 9 minutes and 16 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. That first half seemed to go by rather quickly. A lot of completions, a lot of good runs by the Trojans. Let's see what they decide to do here. 3 wide receiver set. Binford and Dines in the backfield. Rolls to his left. Dines got a receiver open and a catch. And brought down short of the 1st down, I believe, but after a gain of about 10. I think that's Sigmund Good there on the reception for the Trojans. Yes, Good, Strong, and Lamelli are the 3 receivers you'll see most for the Trojans. They are a great trio. And Dines sure knows how to get him the ball. All right, so we got 2nd and 4 now for the Trojans. Last tackle was made by Spike for the Bulldogs. Dines, the speed option to the near side, looking for some room, not seeing a lot. Logsden gets a hold of him there. Spike as well. They eventually push him out of bounds. We'll see where they give him the spot. I don't think it's going to be enough for a first down, though. I think they're going to give him about a gain of 1 there. It looks like we're going 3rd and 3. I think 4 here. I'd go with closer to 3 for the Trojans. Ball's at the 15. 8 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter. More traditional 2 wide receiver set here. Dines, hand off to Binford, goes to the right side. Man, just a bunch of holes. He sees the end zone. I don't think anyone's going to stop him. Jones gives him a hit, but not before he crosses that end zone for the 3rd Homedale touchdown. Again, that line doing work for the Trojans. They're a notorious run-heavy offense, and they are showing you why on the opening drive here. So that puts them up 20-7 now. Cortez is going to be the kicker. Find the hold. He's 2 for 2 so far on PATs. Good snap, good hold, kicks up, and good. All right, so that's going to move the score to 21-7 Homedale, but Baker's coming back with their first possession of the 2nd quarter. We're going to send you to a break. Be right back.
Eastern Oregon's weather can oftentimes seem unpredictable. 1 minute it will be raining, then it will be sunny and wonderful.
All right, we're back here as the Trojans are getting ready to kick it off to the Bulldogs. Jones, the freshman, Meyer, the junior, are going to be deep for the Bulldogs. And while you watch this action here, I got to give a quick shout out to Grand Ron Retirement Residence, another one of our fabulous sponsors here. They're here to support residents with whatever their needs may be. They offer a variety of innovative, life-enriching activities and events designed to stimulate the mind, body, and soul. Check them out. Rashawn Jones, the nice return there, able to get out past the 30. Again, Grand Ron Retirement Residence. Check them out, their website, or give them a call at 541-250-3313. Again, that's 541-250-3313. All right, again, the replay. Jones, that freshman, but with that great speed. Finally brought down by the Trojans there. Number 12, Elijah Renteria, brings him down. So 1st and 10 now for the Bulldogs, their first possession of the 3rd quarter. They're starting on their own 31. Hobson in the backfield with Logsden. Looking deep a little bit to Meyer, overthrown, almost intercepted, got his hands on it there. Again, that was actually Jackson Dines, the quarterback, playing a bit of safety. Again, Dines plays both ways. Good and Strong also play both ways for their defensive backfield as well. They're joined by Keaton Sorensen. Sorensen seems to play more of a strong safety role, where Dines is a bit of a free safety. All right, 2nd and 10 now here. Ball on the 31. See what the Bulldogs decide to do here. 3 wide receiver set. Spike, Meyer, and Jones. Give it off to Logsden in the backfield. There's that Homedale line. They are impressive. Some great penetration there in the backfield. They're able to tackle Logsden for a loss. The Bulldogs really haven't been able to get anything going on the ground tonight. They've had a couple runs of about 5 and 8 yards, but other than that, that Homedale line doing work on both sides of the ball. All right, that's going to bring up 3rd and 13 now for the Bulldogs.
Let's go, Brody!
After the Trojans scored the opening touchdown of the 2nd half here, you know the Bulldogs at least would like to get a first down. See what Hobson does. Drops back, rolls to the left. He sees something he likes. He sees Meyer, just out of reach. So that's going to bring up 4th down now for the Bulldogs. It looks like they're going to send their punt team out. Logsden will be the punter for the Bulldogs. Again, you see there on the replay, just out of reach of Meyer. Hobson has really taken tremendous steps this year. Last week, he put up 260 yards and 4 touchdowns, no interceptions against a great Cascade team. All right, fair catch here called for by the Trojans. Again, Mason Strong there. They're going to take over now, the Trojans on about the 39-yard line. Again, let's hit back Gray's West Funeral Home. Gray's West & Company Pioneer Chapel is renowned after more than 90 years of excellence. They provide unparalleled personal service, unmatched facilities, and guaranteed value to every family that calls upon our family. You can check them out in Baker City, 1500 Dewey Avenue, or call them up at 541-523-3677, or even visit them on the web at graywestco.com. Again, Gray West Funeral Home. All right, Homedale now with their second possession of the half. Dines not seeing much. The Bulldogs get to him in the backfield. He's able to make a couple man miss. He might have been able to gain a yard there on that. Ball seemed to come out after it hit the ground. So it's basically going to bring up a 2nd and 9, maybe a long 8 for the Trojans. You can tell one of the adjustments the Trojans made at halftime was to call the plays in, avoid the huddle, give it to Dines in the backfield. Gets a handful of yards before he's tackled by Tate Powell. Again, Powell, a big senior linebacker for the Bulldogs. Him and Shaw are the 2 big seniors that really anchor that defense, along with Jacob Mills on the defensive line and Jadam Grisham-Clark. All right, 3rd and 6 now for the Trojans. We got about 6 minutes left here in the third quarter. 6 minutes left in the third quarter. They're up 21-7. Big 3rd down here if you're the Bulldogs. Oh, they're handing it off. Bynes sees the outside hole, and he has enough for the 1st down. I'm going to give him 8 there. He needed 6. Finally brought down by Logsdon. Let's check out this replay here. He's going to come to the near side, bounces it outside, forces Jones and Meyer to push him out of bounds. We've seen that a lot tonight. The Homedale running backs have been able to bounce it outside and find some space. That is going to be enough for a 1st down. They're right at the 50, right at midfield in front of us here. Two wide receiver set. Dines, hands off to Ben. Nope, pulls it. Tries to make a little play. Not a lot of room there. Got to give credit to Jadam Grisham-Clark there, getting in the backfield, causing him to make some moves before he's finally tackled by Isaac Cleveland. So again, Clark here able to get off his block, cause him to change direction, and then brought down again by Shaw and Cleveland. Okay, so 2nd and 10 now. 5.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Dines hands off to Binford. Again, trying to bounce it outside to the right. Picks up about a good 5-6 yards before he's brought down by Logsdon, and I think Caden Garvin also in on that tackle, helping Logsdon clean up. Garvin, a junior himself, plays a little bit of safety and running back. All right, 3rd and a long 3 here coming up for the Trojans. Again, you'd imagine they'd go for it on 4th down considering where they are, but love to get a stop for the Bulldogs. Dines bounces it outside. Late flag, though, comes in the backfield. We'll have to check and see what that is for. That comes from the white hat. If the play stands, it'll be enough for a 1st down. Looking at about 12-yard gain if it stands, but I think it might be coming back again in the area of holding, but you never can tell. Let's see what they call.
Hey, fix the spot. That flag has gone on the quarterback. Could have been a hold back there.
I believe the referee signaled illegal block in the back. And I think that's, so that'll be a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul as well. So that's going to be a big penalty. Going to move it back about 12 yards. So they're going to replay third down, but now they got about 14 yards to go to get that first down. Ball's on their own 46. They're trying to get to the Bulldogs 40. Just a reminder for all you Bulldog fans out there, we will be broadcasting all of Baker's home games here on the EOA network. All 4 home games, I'll be here with you as well. Let's see what the Trojans do here on third down. Drops back to pass, over the middle, Dines. Ooh, Jones! Just, what a great read, just not able to bring it in. Again, check out this replay. You can see Jones on the replay make a great break for the ball, sees it, cuts in front, right there, just unable to bring it in all the way. Still a great read by Jones. Read the quarterback's eyes there. Okay, so 4th and 14. The Trojans lining up in punt formation. The Bulldogs are going to send Meyer back deep to receive. And Sigmund Good, I believe, is their punter as well. So he does a bunch of everything for the Trojans. Kicks off. Not a bad. Gets a decent Trojan bounce. Meyer's going to let it roll, and the Trojans will see how far it'll go. All right, so about a 37-yard kick there for Good. So a nice punt, good roll for the Trojans. Bulldogs now down 14 coming out. Looking to get something going. We got 4 minutes left, a little over 4 minutes left in the third quarter here. Just an absolutely beautiful Friday night for some football. Perfect temperatures. Got a great crowd here, both for Homedale and the Bulldogs. Homedale always travels well. All right, Bulldogs coming out their traditional 3 wide receiver set with Meyer in the slot, Jones and Spike on the outside. Hobson in the backfield with Logsdon. That's a flag, yep. Looks like they're going to have to, that's going to be an offsides. Hobson with the hard count draws the Trojans offsides. That's going to move it to 1st and 5 for the Bulldogs. If you're out there and curious, we are always looking for more sponsors for our football season. If you're interested in sponsoring, any sponsorship will be broadcast both on Baker City home games and LeGrand home games. Kind of get a 2-for-1 there, especially if you got a business in both locations. All right, 1st and 5, they hand it off to Logsdon. Again, not much room. Story of the game for the Bulldogs. Most of their yards have been through the air. That Homedale defensive line has been tough.
Let's go, defense!
Okay, so we got a 2nd and 5, no gain on that. They're on their own 26, just under 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. 21-7 Homedale. Hobson in the backfield. Jones in motion. Little pitch to him. See if he can get outside and use that speed. He's trying, but he's brought down. I think that was Mason Strong on the opposite side there, bringing him down. These Trojans sure know how to tackle. Although it's only week 3, you can tell they are ready to play. A number of open field tackles. Actually, we could say that about both teams tonight as well. All right, 3rd and 11 now after the loss. See what the Bulldogs draw up. 3 wide receiver set. Jones the near side, Spike and Meyer on the far. Hobson drops back. Looking for the slant, getting chased, finds Jones across the middle. I don't think that's going to be enough for the first down, but it's close. I think that's going to bring up about a 4th and 3 once they get the ball spotted. Again, Hobson on the replay, you can see, moving, using his legs. Last week as well, he was doing that. He had 36 yards on the ground, looking to create some space. But the Bulldogs are going to send out their punting unit. 4th and 3. Again, it's only a 14-point game in the third quarter here. Still plenty of time. Logsdon's going to go back to punt. Well, they might be thinking a little bit different. Okay, it looks like the Bulldogs are taking a timeout. They're going to think this over. We're going to send you to break. We'll be right back to see what happens on 4th down.
then snowing, and then sunny, then the next, it'll be raining cats and dogs, literally. So how do you prepare yourself for such flip-floppy weather? Well, by tuning into EO Live Weather with me, Gabe Curtis, of course, the most accurate weather forecast in all of Eastern Oregon. I'll keep you informed with daily weather updates that can take an in-depth look through the next 7 days. Because if cats and dogs are literally going to fall from the sky, you will want to know. EOA Weather right here on EO Live, your connection to Eastern Oregon, now on Roku.
Okay, so we're back for 4th and 3. Hobson's going to roll out. He's looking for someone, doesn't see any room, tries to dump it off to Meyer, but that is deflected and knocked down. I think that's Lamelli down there covering Meyer. So that's going to be a turnover on downs. Trojans are going to take over in Bulldog territory on the 28 with 2 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter. Another one of our great sponsors, Carpet One. They have stores in both LeGrand and Baker City, and even Enterprise, and they're celebrating 24 years in Wallowa County with a special sale at all locations on September 16th, starting at 5 p.m. We want to thank Carpet One for being one of our sponsors. Check them out. Hit up that sale again, September 16th, starting at 5 p.m. All right, the Trojans here. Dines hands it off to Binford. Story of the game, he's got 5-6 yards before he gets touched. That'll take him down almost to a first down. I think they're going to give him about 9 on that one from Binford. They gave him 8, excuse me.
I've never watched this game before.
All right, Trojans, standard formation here again. Mines on the outside, just finding room. They're going to the left and the right. Got to credit the big boys up front. Brody White, Omar Rios, Caden Lane, Amaro Sellier, and Brock Walker there. Homedale right back on it. They're giving it to Binford. Same play, other direction. He's in for the touchdown. They were on the 5, got it in, no problem. That's going to put the Trojans up 27-7 now with 1 minute and 30 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, pending the PAT. Again, Cortez, the kicker for the Trojans, and Fine is going to hold. They're 3 for 3 on PATs thus far. Snap good, kicks up, and good. All right, so we're at 28-7, a minute 30 left in the 3rd quarter. We'll send you to break, be right back.
Want to keep yourself informed with relevant news and events in Eastern Oregon but don't have much time on your hands? Well, here on EO Live, we pay attention to what's happening in Eastern Oregon and deliver the news in 2 minutes or less on our evening news roundup. You can expect to get your news delivered right to your Facebook and Instagram feed every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 6 p.m. We'll keep you in tune with Eastern Oregon, and you can count on that. EO Live, your connection to Eastern Oregon, now on Roku.
All right, we're back again with a minute 30 left in the 3rd quarter, getting ready for the kickoff. But we got to hit up one of my favorite places in LeGrand, Tap That Growlers. They're in LeGrand. They offer 40 taps of beer, hard cider, kombucha, and brewed root beer. They've also got a full menu, including brick oven pizza, that also offers an adults-only area with the Oregon Lottery and a custom-made shuffleboards table. Stop in and see them soon. They're on Adams in downtown LeGrand. Tap That Growlers. 40 different taps ready for your enjoyment. All right. You'll see here Trojans looking to kick it off. Jones and Meyer again are going to be deep for the Bulldogs. Looks like Meyer, a little bit of trouble. Jones is going to have to get back and get it. We saw the Trojans have a little trouble here. Great coverage by Homedale. They're going to bring Jones down just outside of his own 10, I believe. Big drive coming up here for the Bulldogs. It was 14-7 at half. a real even match, but the Trojans have really dominated this third quarter so far. 1:20 left. If you're the Bulldogs, you'd really love to put together a nice drive here. All right, Hobson enters the huddle, going to call the play here. We'll see what he calls up. Again, 1st and 10, they're on their own 10. 1:20 left in the third. Conversation going on here. The white hat and center for Baker. All right, looks like they're ready to go. In the backfield, again, trouble with the snap, a low snap. Hobson's able to toss it to Logsden, but again, penetration by the defensive line of the Trojans. Number 70 in that situation, Brock Walker, able to pop into the backfield there. And excuse me, I believe that was actually Omar Rios making the tackle for the Trojans. Again, Brock Walker also making a number of tackles, or excuse me, a number of work on the offensive line. It's going to bring up 2nd and 15. We're under a minute to go now in the third quarter. The Bulldogs are on their own 5. Got their 3 wide receiver set. Jones, Spike, Meyer. Powell's the tight end. Hobson drops back, looks to pass, trying to scramble, finds somebody, but Powell, the intended receiver, just out of reach. Again, Hobson under pressure for most of the quarter. And we got a late flag that just comes in. You saw that there. Looks like it's a personal foul going to be assessed to the Trojans. That's going to bring an automatic first down with the 15-yard penalty. Really just what the Bulldogs were looking for here. Get out of their own end zone, a little bit of space, and we'll see if they can kind of capitalize. We're sitting at 30 seconds here in the third quarter, so we might just have 1 or 2 more plays coming up. A reminder, EOA Network is going to be broadcasting all 4 Baker home games as well as 4 LeGrand Tiger home games. Haven't said that one yet this year. Next weekend we'll be live at 6 p.m. for LeGrand's game against Malawa. And the week after that, the 30th of September, is the big rivalry game between LeGrand and Baker. It's going to be in LeGrand this year. You won't want to miss that one. Okay, the Bulldogs are ready. 1st and 10 here, ball in their own 20. Hobson hands off to Logsden. Got a little bit of room now. Not much, though. Again, that Homedale defensive line, I've been talking about it all evening. Really causing a lot of trouble there for the Bulldogs. Brody White is going to be the one who made that tackle for the Trojans. Brody's a junior, 5'9", 225. Looks like the Bulldogs are just content to let the clock run out for the quarter. You'll hear the horn in a second. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back for some fourth quarter action. Thanks again for joining us on EO Network. We'll be right back.
Want to keep yourself informed with relevant news and events in Eastern Oregon but don't have much time on your hands? Well, here on EO Alive, we pay attention to what's happening in Eastern Oregon and deliver the news in 2 minutes or less on our evening news roundup. You can expect to get your news delivered right to your Facebook and Instagram feed every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 6 p.m. We'll keep you in tune with Eastern Oregon, and you can count on that. EO Alive, your connection to Eastern Oregon, now on Roku. Eastern Oregon is full of interesting people, with interesting minds and interesting things to say. Here at EO Live, we're committed to connecting you to these intriguing people with EO Talks. We let our special guests share their ideas and life experiences with deep, open, engaging, and inquisitive conversations. You'll also be informed in depth on some of the most recent and relevant events, issues, and more. EO Talks on EO Live, your connection to Eastern Oregon, now on Roku.
All right, as we get set here for the fourth quarter to begin, a quick shout out to Hobby Habit. The Hobby Habit is in LeGrand and has something for everyone. Tabletop games, RCs, Legos, puzzles, models, disc golf equipment, STEM supplies, and even more. You got to check them out. The Hobby Habit, just for the fun of it. They're located in LeGrand at 411 Varsity. Hobson's pass is going to be picked off. That'll be the first interception of the season. Running it back all the way down inside the 5. I think they're going to mark him just short of the goal line. Officials are going to get together here. Check out the replay. Again, a great pick there made by number 12 for the Trojans. Elijah Renteria, we've been mentioning his name a few times in the second half here. He steps right in front of Hobson's pass. That's going to be Hobson's first interception of the season. 4 touchdowns, no interceptions last week against Cascade. First interception of the season. All right, going to put the Bulldogs in a little bit of a tough spot here down. I think they're going to spot it right at the 1. So it'll be first and goal from the 1 for the Trojans. Already up 28-7. Just 10 seconds into the fourth quarter. Yeah, you can hear some of the members in the crowd here just asking them to punch it in, and you would be shocked if they tried to do anything other than that with the success that they've been having tonight. We'll see if the Bulldogs can get some penetration, stop him in the backfield. Power formation, Dines gives it to the fullback, and he's in. Touchdown Trojans, gonna put him up 34-7, PAT pending. See who made it into the end zone there. All right, Cortez is going to line up. Again, I'm going to try and find out who got that in for you. Cortez, the kicker, makes it 5 for 5 for the game. So that's going to put the Trojans up 34-7. Let's take a quick break, hit our sponsors, and we'll be right back for the Bulldogs' possession. All right, just a quick clarification here. About 10 minutes ago, I mentioned next week we would be broadcasting. That's actually going to be 2 weeks from tonight. Excuse me, I apologize for that. So it'll be September 23rd, not the 16th, that LeGrand is playing 6 o'clock Malala at home. That's going to be our next broadcast. That gives you 2 weeks. You interested in advertising with us? We'd love to have you. We're running you on both Baker and LeGrand home games. You got a business in both locations. You want to advertise to the exact crowd you're looking to get? We got you right here. So reach out, EO Live TV, or you can contact Brent Clapp directly. His email is brent@brentclapp, that's CLAPP.com. All right, Trojans kick it off. Meyer fields the kickoff. Gets it up maybe about to the 20 or so, makes a man miss. Might get out to the 21 or 22, they'll mark him there. So the Trojans, again, up 35-7 now, successful PAT. Got 11 and a half minutes to go in the fourth quarter. This was a close game at halftime. I know if you're just joining us or just recently joining us, it might not seem like that close a game, but it was a battle in the first half. 14-7 at half. Both teams playing well, but the Trojans made some adjustments at halftime. They come out looking a little bit stronger. Hobson now the reverse to Powell. Looks like he's going to be taken down for a loss of 1. Powell plays tight end, but they'll give him the ball a little bit too. He had 4 rushes for 26 yards last week against Cascade, so he's kind of a dual threat action guy there. Hobson logs into the backfield, drops back, looking for Spike on the slant. Ball's broken up there, as you can see by number 7, Dylan Fine. Able to jump the route there and get his hand on the ball. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 10 now for the Bulldogs. They're on their own 22. Just over 11 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Hobson snap, steps up, looks for some room. He's got a receiver he likes. Going for Powell there, a little bit of contact. No flag though. It's going to be incomplete. It's going to bring up 4th and 11. See what the Bulldogs decide to do. And maybe 4th and 10, I guess. Bulldogs look like they're sending out the pump formation here. Again, too deep, I think, in their own end zone to go for it here, or close to their own end zone. Definitely the right play by the Bulldogs. Ooh, little pre-snap action here. Kick is up. Nice kick here by Logsdon. It's going to be fielded by Mason Strong. Tries to make a man miss, gets outside, maybe about a return of 6 or so. We'll give it a kick of about 35 yards, maybe 5 or 6 yards on the return there by Strong. Another quick sponsor, we got Rock & Sons. They have 50 years of experience providing quality tires and automotive services, and they pride themselves on being there for our customers night or day. They're also a Napa Auto Care Center and provide 24-hour towing. They're at the east end of Adams and LeGrand. Go see JB and the boys. Again, Rock & Sons in LeGrand. Okay, the ball just over the 50-yard line here. Hines, the high snap, hands off. They got a new running back now in the game. Looks like number 30. He's a sophomore, Alex Sotelo. Going to give him a few snaps here. He might look a little small. He's only 5'5", 135, but I have a feeling he's quite quick if he can get a little bit of space. All right. Trojans send in now a freshman running back, number 24, Cade Hall. We'll see if they get him some action. Again, he's a freshman. Dines looking, a little confusion, decides to take off on his own, try and pick up a few yards. Gets close to the first down. Really, probably going to bring up 3rd and 2 now for the Trojans. You thought they might have been trying to give the freshman Cade Hall there the ball. We'll see if they do it again here. Again, haven't been calling his name a whole lot because their running game has been great, but the quarterback, Jackson Dines, really knows how to run this offense, really keeps his team in a groove. And when necessary, as we saw in the first quarter, completed a 53, or excuse me, in the first half, completed a 53-yard touchdown to Danny Lamelli. So they keep you honest. Homedale is traditionally a powerhouse in the 3A division in Idaho. Handoff, giving it to the sophomore Alex Sotelo here. Again, our 5'5", 135-pound running back. Can't help but cheer for a guy like that. Picks up 2. We're under 10 minutes, about 9.5 to go here in the fourth quarter. Clock is running. Homedale not in any particular rush to snap the ball. Can't exactly blame them. We'll see if the Bulldogs come up with a stop here, make them force them a 3rd down. Hines hands it off. Sotelo again. Only 135, but you saw him there pull a couple tacklers. Looks like he was brought down by Shaw and Powell for the Bulldogs. Again, Sotelo picks up a couple. It's going to bring up 3rd and a long 5 for the Trojans. In Bulldog territory. Could be 4-down territory as well. Official whistle here. Looks like we might have an injury on the play. Dash Bloomer comes off. He looks okay, though. All right, Dines looking to throw now. Sees someone, pulls it back down, throws it back out, hits his man. I think that's his tight end. He's going to be tackled by Logsdon. Yes, his tight end, Olkin Carson, made a couple catches here tonight. Actually, I think that's his 3rd. He's a 6'1" target, excuse me, 5'9" target. He seems bigger than that out there on the field. But a nice big target. Can't ever have enough good tight ends for a quarterback. All right, Trojans, 1st and 10, handing it up the middle. I think this is the freshman. Brought down after a gain of about 7. Yeah, Cade Hall, the freshman there, number 24. Homedale actually only carries 3 freshmen on their varsity roster. Hall, the first one to see action tonight. All right, Dines back to Hall again, up the middle. Again, that line, can't give him enough credit. Both sides of the ball, the offensive and defensive line for the Trojans have been great tonight. A couple substitutions here on both sides. About 7 minutes and 20 seconds left in the second quarter here. 1st and 10, the Trojans are on their own 15. Dines hands it off to Sotelo. Breaks it outside, cuts it back inside. I think he's gonna get in, or is he gonna mark him short at the 1? Looks like they're gonna mark him just short at the 1. Again, that was Alex Sotelo, the sophomore running back. Number of blockers out in front. Again, big 55, Amaro Kular leading the way. See if they punch it in here. Ooh, great penetration by the Bulldogs there. I think they put him down. Yes, they kept him out of the end zone there. Got to give credit, again, Jaden Grisham-Clark. He's a senior, 5'8", 205. Gets some good penetration there. Forces Sotelo to change direction. Lets his team come and clean up the mess. All right, 2nd and 1. Excuse me, 2nd and goal from the 1, I should say. Give it to the big freshman. I think he stopped again short. Yeah, he's going to be brought down at the 1. Brought down by Jacob Mills. Again, big senior, 5'11", 175. He, Shaw, and Powell, the big senior leaders for the Bulldogs this year. And the Trojans not in any hurry to snap the ball. Can't blame them. We're under 6 minutes to play now in the 4th quarter. 3rd and 1, or excuse me, 3rd and goal from the 1. I'll get that right eventually. Dines hands it off. The freshman Hall. I think he got in. Yep, he's in. All right, so that's going to put them up to 41. They had 14 at halftime as well. They've kind of run away with this second half. And Cortez to kick. Fine to hold. Both teams have had pretty impressive kicking games so far. Both punting when it comes to that and extra points. You don't always get to see that in high school football. All right, they're ready. Cortez to kick. Good snap, good hold. Kick up and no good. All right, again, that announcer's jinx, I guess, that I'm bringing. Okay, so that'll leave the score at 41-7. We're under 6 minutes to play in the 4th quarter. We're gonna hit a commercial, bring you right back. We'll see you on the other side. All right, and we're back again. Got to hit another one of our sponsors. You want to sponsor? You seeing how much we advertised? What a great deal you're getting here. We got to hit up B&K Auto Salvage here. The Grand Ronde Valley's only full-service auto recycling yard offering domestic and foreign auto parts. You can contact them for all your used auto parts needs and scrap metal removal. They got locations in LeGrand and Baker City. Again, B&K Auto Salvage. Check them out whether you're in LeGrand or Baker City. All right, like I mentioned before the break, we got about 5.5 minutes to go here in the fourth. Jones deep to receive. He's the speedy freshman. See if he can get a block. Get the outside, almost there, brought down by a handful of Trojans. I think they'll mark him down right at the 20, it looks like. Okay. Again, Jones, big freshman for the Bulldogs, 3 sport athletes. If you follow Baker Athletics, you're going to see him on the court along with Hobson and Spike in the winter. And if you like to watch track and field, both Meyer and Jones, 2 quick guys for the Bulldogs track team this upcoming year. All right, back to the action. 1st and 10, ball in 20. Bulldogs looking to make a little bit of a push here. Hobson rolls right. Got his man, Meyer, nice catch. Brought down quickly, but we got a flag on the play. Let's see what they call. We'll check out the replay. Again, Hobson makes a nice roll to the right here, sees Meyer, and all night, Meyer's hands have been great. Look at him snag that right out of the air. Again, brought down by number 27, Jeffrey Lane on that. The flag is going to be for something we will see here momentarily. It's been signaled on the Bulldogs. I did not see the actual call, just the signal to the Bulldogs. Okay, it's going to be holding on the Bulldogs, so that's going to send it back another 10 yards. They will replay first down, but it's 10 yards from the spot of the foul, so it should be 1st and 20, I believe. All right, so the Bulldogs backed up a little bit. But again, their most success they've had tonight has been through the air with Hobson's arm, Spike, and Jones and Meyer. They'll go 4 wide receiver set, Powell's the tight end, Logsdon the running back. Quick pass out to Meyer. Broken up again. Danny Lamelli, you got Sigmund Good, number 1, Mason Strong, number 2, and Danny Lamelli, number 3, do work both as their receiving core and their defensive backfield. And Homedale's not a team that struggles for numbers. They've got almost 70 kids here. But it just shows you the talent of both those 3 and Dines, the quarterback, who also plays both ways. All right, Hobson's back in the shotgun, looking to pass, throwing it up. He's got his man Spike. So, just out of reach. And Spike is his big target at 6'2", 180. Check out this replay here. Again, last week against the Cougars again in Cascade, Hobson had a couple deep throws to Spike, kind of 50-50 balls that he threw up, and Spike was able to bring them both down. He had 2 touchdowns and 120 yards on 6 catches last week. Okay, 3rd and 21. Ball's on the 9. We got 5 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. See what the Bulldogs draw up here. Looks like that's going to be a false start. Going to move them back about 4.5 yards because they'll be half the distance to the goal line. One thing I think both coaches tonight are going to take away some pretty positive thoughts about is the lack of turnovers. We've only had one turnover for each team, both an interception. But this early in the season, you like to see them both taking care of the ball. All right, Hobson drops back, looking deep, throws it over the middle to Jones, broken up. Again, talked about him all night. Sigmund Good, defensive back, makes the play. It's going to bring up 4th down, and I think the Bulldogs, they're going to punt. Yeah, can't blame them here. 4th and 26. Logsdon will be back. All right, Logsden back to punt out of his own end zone. Gets off a nice kick. Again, Homedale, nobody deep to receive. They're willing to just let it go to make sure Baker doesn't pull off any sort of fake. The ball's going to be touched by Shaw as he gets down. Again, Shaw, also the long snapper, gets down to touch the ball there. That's pretty impressive. All right, and in between here, just want to hit up another one of our sponsors, Carpet One. Another one of our sponsors, multiple locations. If you got stores, both Baker and LeGrand, this is the spot for you. You're hitting all your customer base in one spot. So Carpet One, Baker City, LeGrand, Enterprise, and they're celebrating 24 years in Wallowa County. And they have a special sale coming up to celebrate that at all of their locations, September 16th, starting at 5 p.m. Again, Carpet One, major sale, September 16th, starting at 5 p.m. Thank you again to Carpet One for being one of our sponsors. If you're interested in being a sponsor, hit us up here at EOA Network. We'll get you set up. You got 2 weeks before our next broadcast to get you in. All right. Looks like Homedale's brought in a few subs here. Again, Alex Sotelo, the running back. I think they brought in their backup quarterback as well. Let's give him a quick shout out. Dylan Fine, he's also the holder. He's only a sophomore. You'd imagine he's going to be the quarterback that takes over next year for this team. Tall guy, 6'1", 160. Again, both him and Dines have got some height. Allows them to throw over that big line. All right, Sotelo in the backfield. Again, Homedale in no rush to hike the ball. We're just about at 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Run a quick dive up the middle. Sotelo stopped for a short gain there. Talk about Jackson Logsden, linebacker for the Bulldogs. Logsden, another great athlete for the Bulldogs. Three-sport athlete. You'll see him on the court with Spike, with Hobson, with Jones. And you'll also see him on the baseball diamond. One of the best baseball players Baker has, and he's only a sophomore. Great talent with this kid. Again, another thing, both of these teams fairly young. The Bulldogs themselves, they only have 5 seniors. So they got a lot of building working here. All right, 3 minutes, 20 seconds left, fourth quarter. I think they're going to be another delay a game here. We got the flag. So that'll be a 5-yard penalty. Push them back. Going to bring up about 4th and 9. Excuse me, 3rd and 9. I don't know if I said 4th. Again, just a reminder, we are going to be broadcasting all Baker City home games this year on EOA Network. I'm going to be with you for all of them. My name is Jesse Taub. It's been a pleasure tonight to be with you. Looking forward to this season and excited to bring these broadcasts to you all season, both for the LeGrand home games and the Baker home games. All right. Back to the action. Sophomore is going to hand off to the freshman Hall. Couple flags come in. Hall gets to the outside before he's tripped up after a gain of 4, but this one might be coming back. Take a look at this replay. Again, Cade Hall, it's a big freshman. Able to get outside. You see there one flag coming in. You should see another one coming in the screen there. I'm going to push Homedale back again, I believe. Assuming the result holds, which I think is fair to say with 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter, it's going to move the Trojans to 3-0 so far. Again, their first week they beat Laguna Beach, California in Homedale, 46-14. Last week they played Gooding, an easy victory for them, 49-0. And now they'll pick up a 41-7 victory over the Bulldogs. Baker is looking like they're going to move to 1-1. Again, Baker played a tremendous game last week against a really tough Cascade Cougars team. So although they're going to be a little bit disappointed by this result, this team has a lot going for them this year. Again, Homedale, always a traditional powerhouse in Idaho. So the Bulldogs probably will check out the tape, make some adjustments, but they'll be back and ready next week, no doubt about it. They're a resilient group, they're young, and they're hungry. They're led by head coach Jason Ramos, now in his 4th year, I believe. And he is really loving what he's seeing. I talked to him a little bit before the game, and he is just high on what he's seeing with Hobson. Another delay of game against Homedale here. All right. So that'll move him back another 5 yards here. But again, what Ramos is telling me is he loves what he's seeing from Hobson. I've talked to some of the players on the Baker team. They feel much more united, much more of a team and together than they have in the past. And you could really see that last week against Cascade. All right, Homedale back to pass here, obviously a long down. Finds their man. Again, this is the new quarterback, Dylan Fine. He's only a sophomore, probably taking over next year when their current quarterback, who Jackson Dines, thank you. Once Dines leaves, you would assume here that Fine will come in. So it's going to bring up 4th and 9 again. Homedale in no hurry to snap the ball. We are just under 2 minutes left here in the 4th. Homedale 4th and 9, 3 wide receiver set. They're going to throw it. Looking, comes up just short. Had a man, even if he makes that catch, I think Meyer tackles him short of the line to gain. So again, Dylan Fine's pass a little bit short there, but you got to love the experience he's getting as a young kid out here playing some varsity football on Friday nights. All right, so we're at 1:47 here in the 4th. If you're the Bulldogs, you'd love to put together a little bit of a drive here, build some confidence as you're going into next week. Again, this game was really close that first half. It was 14-7. It was a slugfest. But Homedale made their adjustments, came out strong, and really dominated the line of scrimmage in the second half. Okay, Hobson, deep, Logsdon next to him. Give it off. Logsdon tries to get outside. He's got the corner, breaks it up. He's got some holes, still hasn't been touched until finally brought down out of bounds after what looks like a gain of 22, 23 yards. So that's what we're talking about for the Bulldogs. Get some of that momentum, get some of that confidence going for next week. Also, the longest rush of the day for the Bulldogs. Homedale has done a great job all evening in the trenches. We'll see what the Bulldogs decide to do. Again, they're huddling up. Clock is stopped. He's out of bounds. They got 1:38 left in the 4th quarter. 4 wide receiver set. Powell, the tight end. Hobson rolls right, looking for Jones. Up and, ooh, a little bit of contact. Yeah, there's the flag right there. That's probably going to be defensive pass interference. A great ball by Hobson. That was a little bit of an out and up by Jones. We'll take a look here on the replay. See, Jones goes out, and then he's going to go up. Again, could have called a little bit of that contact right there, but they're also calling the contact down at the end of the play as well. Tough when the DB doesn't turn his head, although it's not required. Still a tough sell. All right, so that's going to be a 15-yard penalty. Bulldogs on the move here. Still 1:32 left in the 4th. And although the score might not quite be there, you know these Bulldogs want to get the ball in the end zone. All right. So it's going to be 1st and 10. They're down all the way to the 15 now. Still 1:32. Plenty of time left to get it in the end zone here. Hobson in the backfield. Jones and Spike on the outside. Meyer is the split back coming in motion. Gets a little sweep. This is the play they scored their touchdown on earlier in the game. Meyer almost gets a corner, but he does get a good chunk of yardage here. I think they're going to give him about 8. All right, so it looks like they're going to give him 7. So 2nd and 3 now. They're inside the 10 on the 8. Still 1:27 to go. Clock is stopped. Bulldogs approach the line, try and punch this one in. Hobson hands off to Logsdon. Little bit of a hole there and gets stuffed. But he does gain a yard, perhaps even 2. So we're 3rd and short, a long 1, I want to say 3rd down. Obviously 4-down territory. The clock is running, but we're still just now at a minute left in the 4th quarter. So it's plenty of time. The Bulldogs are on the 6, 3rd and 1. All right, 46 seconds left. Clock's running. Jones is the motion man. Give him the quick toss. He's the speedster. Yes, he sees, oh, he's got plenty of room out there, and he's going to walk in. Again, Jones, one of the quickest players on this Baker City team, only a freshman. He's going to run it in for the touchdown. That'll put the Bulldogs at 13, looking for 14, pending the extra point. 37 seconds left in the fourth. Again, although it's not going to change the game, that touchdown, that's going to give them a lot of confidence going into next week. You like to see that from the Bulldogs, that resiliency. Jones, who scored the touchdown, is going to be the holder. Spike, the big 6'2" wide receiver, also serves as the place kicker. He's a lefty. Line drive kick. Still good, no problem. A little bit of contact with the holder there, no flag. All right, so that's going to put the game at 41-14 now, 37 seconds left. We will send you for one final commercial before we come back and say goodnight. Thank you so much, everyone.
Here in Eastern Oregon, we're blessed to live in such a wonderful area. And though it may seem mild-mannered, there's actually quite a lot that goes on in this area. And apparently, there's two dinguses who happen to be here that are actually crazy enough to get up at the crack of dawn to talk about it. Tune into AM Live on EOA with Brent and Doddsy, featuring special guests, weather, sports, news, and more, every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 a.m., only on EOA Live, your connection to Eastern Oregon, now on Roku.
All right, we're back here now for the final 37 seconds of the game. Again, the Bulldogs just punched it into the end zone. We're at 41-14 now. Again, Spike set to kick off. Looks like Mason Strong, the only return man deep for the Trojans. Easy catch, and he's just going to go ahead and take a knee there. Good sportsmanship there by the Trojans. We got about 34 seconds. It's probably going to be enough for one kneel down. So the Bulldogs, their schedule next week, they're going to travel to Vail for a 7 p.m. kickoff, but that's 7 p.m. Mountain Time. So for you Bulldog fans, that's going to be at, 6 our time. There we go. That'll be, again, next Friday night at Vail. The Bulldogs will travel and continue their season. Vail themselves off to a good start. Vail is always a good football program. They've won their first 2 games, both in convincing fashion, 52-14, 41-14. So it's going to be a good challenge. Vail always puts together a good program, and I think we're going to have a good game. All right, the Trojans just going to take one final knee here. That should do it for the game. It'll run down the clock. And our final here from Baker Bulldog Memorial Stadium between the Trojans and the Bulldogs. Homedale's going to take this one 41-14. Love the sportsmanship by these players, shaking hands after the game. We had a real clean game here. You love to see that this early. I think Homedale is going to love their result. Baker's going to have to break this down a little bit, make a few adjustments, but they did play a wonderful first half. That last drive was great as well. So a lot of good things for the Bulldogs as well, who are a younger team. Again, more with this great sportsmanship. They'll see both of these teams lining up on the 50, shaking hands. You love to see that in high school sports. Okay, so just to recap, we are going to be broadcast in 2 weeks here on EOA Network for the LeGrand game at 6 p.m. on the 23rd against Molalla. And then we will be back here in Baker on the 7th of October, but on September 30th, this is the big one, right? The Baker-LeGrand rivalry, 7 p.m. on the 30th of September. Put that on your calendar. You're not going to want to miss that. Both of these teams are going to put on a show, I have a feeling, this season. Baker next week heads to Vail. Should be another great matchup for them. Again, my name is Jesse Taub. I have had a wonderful time with you tonight. I can't thank you enough for joining us here on EOA Network. It's been a blast. We're broadcasting not only on the Baker Facebook page, but on YouTube, on the web, and Roku. It's been a great night. We love having you with us. Friday night football, beautiful weather. You can't ask for more than that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call it, again, our final here tonight from Baker Bulldog Memorial Stadium. The Homedale Trojans of Idaho, 41. The Baker Bulldogs, 14. We'll see you in a couple weeks. Have a great rest of your evening, everyone, and take care. Good night.